We all know why we gather here. We all know why we gather here. My topic for today's in-house training is growth and development of child. So before starting, I want to share a beautiful proverb among you all. Ma'am, can I? Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. I repeat, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. It means that to be optimistic is very good, but we have to prepare for any situation, any outcome, to hope that something will be successful in any situation, but even if it seems like uneasy. Okay? So move to the next slide. We will discuss growth. Second point is development. Third point is types of development. And fourth one is difference between development, growth and maturation. Fifth point is principle of development, relation of development and learning, stages of development. Next one is factor affecting development, and the last one is intelligence. Okay, now we will start. What is growth? Anyone can tell me the definition of growth? Any one of you?
It's already written.
Growth is a biological increase in size. It is quantitative increase in size, such as an increase in mass, height, weight, or body proportion. Third one is it is biological, which is natural. And stop after a certain age. We can say stop after maturity. Growth is a discontinuous process and stop after maturity. Maturity is highly related to heredity. That means maturation is very complex process in a growth. That was growth, and move to the next slide. Development. Anyone can explain what is development? Okay. Development is a qualitative change in function or behavior. It is this continuous process. A qualitative change in function or behavior, such as change in emotions, child personality, child's behavior, thinking, and speech. It refers to a progressive increase in skill and capacity of function, and it is orderly and sequential. Next, move to the next slide. Anyone can explain what is this? From dependency to autonomy. What is the meaning of dependency to autonomy? Anyone? Please explain. In one word, we can say development is a dependency to autonomy. Without dependency and autonomy, the development is not possible, and development is not a random change. It is sequential and orderly change of a child or a human being. So, in one word, we can say development is a dependency to autonomy. Now, types of development. These all are the aspects of development. First one is physical development, which is related to physical development of a child, of our body, of our human beings. Second one is cognitive development, which is related to memory, thinking, attention, perception, and decision making. And third one is emotional development, Yes. In one word, we can say physical development is a change in height, weight, shape, and size. In physical development, there are two aspects. One is gross motor, which is general, and second one is fine motor, which is specific. We can say development proceeds from general to specific. In gross motor, what is gross motor? Anyone?
Big muscles.
What is gross motor?
Little big muscles, arm muscles, leg muscles.
Gross motor is a aspect which is related to big muscles, arm muscles, and leg muscles. Give one example of gross motor.
Jumping, skipping,
Skipping, your
swimming,
swimming, crawling, bike riding. It's all are the aspects of, we can say, example of gross motor. And second one is fine motor.
painting,
Yes.
writing,
Studying. Okay, all are the examples of fine motors. In fine motor, we can use our small muscles, eye muscles, hand muscles, and opposite gross motor, we can use our big muscles, arm muscles, and leg muscles. We move to the next slide. What is cognitive development? Anyone? Cognitive development is the development of the ability to think and reason.
thinking and creating.
Language development, mental skill, intellectual skill, imagination, and perception, all are the aspects of cognitive development. In cognitive development, we maybe have two brains. One is left brain and second one is right brain. Left brain, with the help of left brain, we do logical things. With the help of left brain, we do logical things. For example, we learn about science, we solve mathematical problems, we learn language, and other side, with the help of left brain, with the help of left brain, we do creativity. We think, we learn creative things like drawing, music, dance. Now, social development. Anyone can explain what is social development?
Group work,
Social development.
group work करना,
समाज के कुछ करना समाज में विकास बच्चों को पढ़ाना
Social development is the ability to form pleasant and beautiful relationship with others. Socialization is a lifelong process starting from infancy to death, and the process of learning, adapting, internalizing the values, norms, and socially approved ways of behavior is known as socialization, and we call social development. Next, emotional development. Anyone? Emotional development.
caring,
Caring. Davis, what is emotional development?
गलत चीज
Emotional development is learning about emotions, relationship. According to Raffles, emotions color our lives. Emotions and cognition are interrelated with each other. I want to
Outline. Introduction. Factors influencing growth and development. Assessment of growth. Development. Milestones. Adolescence. Assessment of development. Introduction. Normal growth is the progression of changes in height, weight, and head circumference that are compatible with established standards for a given population. Understanding the normal patterns of growth enables the early detections of pathologic deviations and can prevent the unnecessary evaluation of children with acceptable normal variations in growth. An increase in size of the body and its various organs represents growth, a measure of physical maturation. Development is a measure of functional or physiological maturation and myelination of the nervous system. Factors influencing growth and development. Genetic factors and parental traits. Genetic disorders. Sex. Race. Chromosomal disorders. Multiple gestation pregnancy. Nutritional factors. Socio-economic factors. Chronic diseases. Prenatal and intrauterine factors. Emotional factors, hormonal factors. Assessment of growth. Weight. On an average, ideal birth weight is around 3 kg. The newborn loses up to 10% of his weight during the first week. The infant doubles his birth weight by the age of 5 months and trebles it by 1 year. He increases it 4 times by 2 years, 5 times by 3 years, 6 times by 5 years, and 10 times by 10 years. The weight of the child is recorded in nude or minimum clothing accurately with a liver or electronic type of weight scale. Serial measurement should be done on the same weight scale. Growth chart. It is of value to have serial record of child's weight periodically in a growth chart. The chart is meant to make growth a tangible, visible attribute, to create a felt need, a demand for growth, to detect the earliest signs of altering growth, to reinforce effective behavior resulting in growth, to illustrate the adverse effects of various negative events or circumstances of growth, infection, maternal deprivation, seasonal scarcity, etc. To facilitate the transfer of information to the mother regarding means to promote growth. The growth chart is primarily meant for the mother to visualize and motivate concern for healthy growth in her child. Length or height. On an average, the ideal length for a full-term infant at birth is 50 centimeters. It rises to 60 centimeters at 3 months, 70 centimeters at 9 months, 75 centimeters at 1 year, 90 centimeters at 2 years, 95 centimeters at 3 years, and 100 centimeters at 4 years. With the onset of puberty, remarkable acceleration in height gain occurs. For children under 2 years, it is advisable to measure the recruitment length with a centimeter. In older children, standing height is measured. Make sure that the child stands comfortably with heels, buttocks, shoulders, and back of the head touching the wall and the feet parallel. Growth velocity. Growth velocity is the rate at which the child grows over a period of time. Beyond the neonatal and infancy period, it is the height that is more useful as an indicator of growth. Body ratio. Upper or lower segments ratio at birth is 1.7:1. With a greater increase in the length of the legs compared compared to the trunk, the ratio is 1.3:1 at 3 years, after 7 years, and usually by the age of 10 to 12 years, the ratio becomes approximately 1:1. Span is the distance between tips of middle fingers when the arms are outstretched. It is equal to height at 10 years. Head. Head circumference, which represents growth of the brain, measures 34 to 35 centimeter at birth. For measuring head size, place the tape over the occiput at the back and just above the supraorbital ridges in front, mid-forehead, and measure the point of highest circumference. At birth, there are 6 fontanelles, one each anterior and posterior, and 4 lateral. Posterior and lateral fontanelles close fairly early, usually within first few weeks. Anterior fontanelle, which is of much clinical value, measures 3 multiplied by 2 centimeter and closes between 9 months and 18 months. Head and chest circumference ratio. At birth, head circumference is larger than chest circumference by about 2.5 centimeter. By 6 to 12 months, both are equal. After first year, chest circumference tends to be larger by 2.5 centimeter. For measuring chest circumference, place the tape at the level of the nipple in a plane at right angle to the spine. Record the measurement in mid-respiration. Mid-arm circumference. Place the tape firmly but without compressing the tissues around the upper arm at a point midway between tip of the acromion and olecranon process. In preschool children, measurement less than 12.5 centimeter means significant malnutrition. Skin fold thickness. Of the various skin folds, triceps skin fold is the most popular. It is recorded by a specialized instrument. Longines or perpendence skin fold calipers at the mid-arm over triceps area on the left side. Body mass index, BMI. BMI correlates well with the subcutaneous fat and the total body fat and yet allows a variation in the lean body mass. BMI remains constant 15 to 25 kg per mt square up to the age of 5 years. A BMI greater than 25 kg per mt square points to overweight and greater than 30 kg per mt square establishes existence of obesity. A BMI less than 15 kg per mt square points to malnutrition. Dentition. The average age at which first tooth erupts is 6 to 7 months. The rest of the milk, deciduous or temporary teeth appear at the rate of 1 tooth every month. Rarely, a baby may be born with a volcanic erupted tooth, natal tooth. It is harmless as long as it is not loose and does not interfere with feeding. Bone age. Bone age means age as calculated from the maturation and appearance of epiphysis. An average full-term newborn has the following 5 radiologically demonstrable ossification centers: distal end of femur, proximal end of tibia, talus, calcaneus, cuboid. By the age of 6 months, ossification centers for carpal bones, that is, capitate and hamate, appear. Epiphyseal development occurs consistently ahead of the body. Development. Development is defined as acquisition of qualitative and quantitative skills or competencies in a social environment. Development of the child is assessed in the following 4 areas. Gross motor development. It pertains to control of the child over his body and is observed in ventral suspension, supine, prone, sitting and standing positions. Fine motor and adaptive development. It pertains to fine coordination of eyes, hand-eye, and hand-mouth, and skills for manipulation with hands. Personal or social development. It pertains to interpersonal and social skills like social smile, mimicry, waving, bye-bye, etc. Language development. It pertains to hearing sounds, understanding, and true speech.